get the dust off here. It's been a minute. I can say 6 months total? Your girl is now AGR and not TPU. Let's get into it. Alright guys, my name is Gabrielle. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. This video, I just want to give you guys an update. It's been a minute since I posted a video. I recently got into the AGR program. I got accepted. I found out back in November. I'm still med services and I'm actually doing my job. I'm not saying that I wasn't doing my job when I was TPU status, but for you guys that don't know TPU status, that's 1 weekend out of the month. But now that I'm AGR, I'm basically active duty. I'm just more so in support of the reserve component. So with that being said, I can be stationed at any duty station while I'm here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, even though there's not an active duty Army base here. Closest one is Fort Bliss, which is about 6.5 hours away. So it's me, Alex, my boy. Love it here so far, Albuquerque. I haven't got out much because when I first got here, COVID was still an issue down. So I mean, now that we're in June and I've been here for about 6 months now, things opened up. But anywho, talking about a little bit of the AGR, how I got accepted in and what it's like so far. People were a little salty when they found out that I got picked up for AGR. Being med service officer and going and applying for the program, a lot of people kept saying, oh, AGR med services is so overstrength and you know, you're probably not gonna get in because you have to be a captain and you know, you're gonna have to probably apply like 4 or 5 times before you get in the program. I got in first time around, sure. I just wanna say that I wanna thank God first because without him, I wouldn't have got it. And for me to get it first time around, honestly, I'm not sure what your religion is, but I've been told people that I am highly favored by God for me to have gotten the program first time around. Just when I thought my packet was about to expire, because you have to reapply every year, I got in and I didn't really have a whole lot of options, so they sent me here to Santa Fe. They said that you pretty much want to say yes, even if you don't want to go there, because applying for the program, got in first time around, you want to make sure that you say yes when you get the call, because if you don't, your name goes to the bottom of the list and chances are they probably won't call you again. And I was at a point, not sure if you guys watched my previous videos, but I kept doing ADOS orders. And ADOS is basically you're a TPU soldier on orders for a certain amount of time to do a certain mission. That's it. You have to reapply after that time is up for however long that contract is, and then you pray that you get the job. It's kind of like applying for a job. You gotta do an interview and everything else. ADOS is not ideal for long term. It is honestly ideal if you are trying to get your feet wet, building some of that experience and making you a more seasoned soldier that HRC, Human Resource Command, is looking for. With that being said, I think it might have helped that I did 2 ADOS tours before I got picked up for AGR. But I just want to give it all to God because I honestly, he's been pretty great to me. And yeah, sorry guys. I also recently been receiving a lot of direct messages from a lot of you guys asking me, having questions about reserve, ADOS, and AGR. I can still answer your questions if you have any questions about what it's like being reserves and doing an ADOS tour. And I can definitely answer your questions on what it's like being an AGR person, active duty, but you're still fulfilling the mission of the reserve component. I can say the pay is the same. I've had a lot of people ask me, is there a pay difference between AGR and active component? It's really not, guys. HRC owns regular component and they own the AGR program. No different from some of my peers. That's a first lieutenant, not married, don't have any kids. They're making the same money I'm making. The only difference is I'd say my BAH right now because my unit's in Santa Fe and I live in Albuquerque, which is about a 35-minute drive because I stay right off the highway. My BH I think is like $17.50. So I'm probably definitely making more money in BH wise versus some of my peers that are back at Fort Bragg. It's active component. But no, your pay is the same. Everything's the same. You still have free healthcare. You still get to travel. You get to go overseas. There's a slot that's opened up overseas. You can go. With me being medical, my PCS cycle is not next year, but it's the year after because I'll be here for 3 years. I was looking at possibility of probably going to Florida if I can get it. It's not going to be guaranteed. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed in the military, your job or where you're going to go. But the 4 locations that I was looking at, there was St. Petersburg, Florida, Miami, Tampa, and Orlando. I believe the slot in Orlando is a captain slot, but with officers, we can always work 2 up, 1 down. So if I can get in that captain slot, it'll be awesome because I'll already be ready to make captain by then. Oh, another thing too that I kind of want to like give a broad overview about is I'll probably touch bases on that in more detail in another video. I'm not sure if everyone's tracking, but if you don't, then here I'm about to enlighten you. In the reserve component, the 70 series, 70 Bravo in particular, is overstrength. With that being said, it's only about a 35% promotion rate from first lieutenant to captain. So if you're looking at this video right now and you're like, oh my gosh, I am a reserve lieutenant in the med services, chances are, what are my options? There's been emails been sent out from AMED command letting the reserve component know, hey, branch transfer into like signal or AG or quartermaster, you can do that. We highly recommend it. If you are not, they have like a list and categories of emails, like if you went to EFMB, if you went to already completed Captain's Career Course, which honestly, I feel like it's very unfair because Captain Career Course for med service officers in the reserve component, it's only once a year that you can get into that school. So with them being over strength, it's honestly priority. So they're going to have the soldiers that are already captains go to that school first. And then if they have some room, then they'll send first lieutenants. You can go as a first lieutenant Captain's Career Course, but it's very unlikely in the reserve component side. And trying to get as many 70 series as possible. When I talked to the assistant of Med Service Corps, he said that that's not really a huge difference. Civilian education helps a little bit, but it's not really what they want to focus on. They don't care too much about that. I mean, it's going to help when you go, once you're a captain, you make major, because you have to have your master's for that, but they really want to see what's setting you apart from everyone else who's a first lieutenant trying to make captain. Now, if you are AGR, I did find out that this is not applied to you because as a AGR soldier, you have to apply to the AGR program. Well, as a reserve soldier, you have to apply to the AGR program, and because of that, they're not going to be overstrength because they're only picking people up when they have slots available, if that makes sense. But I can get more into that. If you guys want me to make a whole nother video on that, I can. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. I am currently here in Albuquerque, New Mexico for the next 2.5 years. I've already done 6 months here so far. I love it. The unit, it's a young unit. I look forward to finding out where my next duty station is going to be. So far, AGR it's amazing. It's nice to not have to be stressed out anymore about having to reapply for another ADOS tour, or if the reserve component has the funding for it. It's nice. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being so patient with me. I am so sorry I haven't posted in a while, but I look forward to making more videos again and getting back in my routine. I would do an apartment tour, but it's kind of messy right now. And as you can see, I have my Peloton bike too. So that is pretty freaking fun. I am not sponsored by Peloton, but I can say this bike is freaking awesome, you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Next boy, huh? Yeah, he's like, we're done here. I'm trying to take a nap. All right.